Full coverage tonight on the attack at the airport. The runways reopened today and the airport is getting back to business. So many travelers, though, are still stuck in South Florida.
The suspect, Esteban Santiago, is currently behind bars at the Broward County Jail, accused of the heartbreaking tragedy that put the entire airport on lockdown for several hours. And tonight, we're starting to learn who some of the victims are. From fathers to grandmothers, we have a look at the lives that were lost. And here's the latest on what we know so far. 5 people were killed. The number of people injured has been reduced to 6. The FBI said today that Santiago traveled to Fort Lauderdale specifically to carry out an attack. Santiago was a member of the military, and we're told he had a history of mental health issues after serving in Iraq. And this is video of Santiago being taken into the Broward County Jail late last night. The search for answers just getting started. Local 10 News reporter Andrew Perez leads off our team coverage live at the airport. Andrew.
And one new development also, we're learning that Santiago could actually be facing the death penalty. Authorities announcing today he walked out of this bathroom locked and loaded. He was aiming for people's heads. The only thing authorities have not been able to answer is why he chose to travel all the way here to Fort Lauderdale. Esteban Santiago now in federal custody in the Broward County Jail. Crime scene photos show the baggage area of Terminal 2 hours after the shooting rampage that left 5 people dead, wounding 6 other travelers.
We've conducted roughly 175 witness interviews. We've recovered video, physical evidence, and we continue to pursue every investigative lead.
Authorities still trying to figure out if this was driven by a terror motive or some sort of mental illness. What we do know is Santiago went off, shooting anyone in his way until he ran out of bullets. That triggered mass panic, people running for their lives, some trying to take cover.
A herd of people just started running down the way and trampling over people, and security yelled, "Everybody hit the floor!"
He did nothing but swing the gun and shoot.
Santiago eventually threw down that gun and surrendered without a struggle, seen here, hauled off by police. The 26-year-old was a traveler. He flew from Anchorage, Alaska through Minneapolis to get to Fort Lauderdale, checking in his unloaded gun and ammunition into his baggage, which according to experts is perfectly legal.
The right way is you take your firearm and you pack it at home. And then when you go to check in for your flight, you've got to check in at the counter and declare that you have the firearm.
Across the country in New Jersey, Santiago's aunt tells media he's been dealing with mental health issues. She said she noticed it when the ex-Army reservist returned from Iraq a few years ago. 2 months earlier, he walked into an FBI office in Alaska where he was living to tell agents his mind was being controlled and that he was being forced to join ISIS. So now here are some additional new details just released a short time ago. We know that he is being charged with act of violence at an international airport resulting in death. He's also facing 2 firearms charges as well. Authorities in Alaska had at one point taken away his firearm because of his ramblings, because of mental health issues. He eventually got it back though. Santiago also has ties, we're told, to New York, Florida, and Puerto Rico. We're told that most of that is because he has relatives that live in those states. That's the latest here at FLL. I'm Andrew Perez, Local 10 News. All right.